This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. If you're drawn to this reading, we're taking a look at a particular connection, of course. I'm calling this reading a passionate love affair. Each and every sign will have a reading. So let's go ahead and take a look at that energy for you, whatever sign you are tuned in and watching. So focusing on connections that maybe in the beginning were super intense, very magnetic. You guys got along great, very compatible. And as time unfolded, perhaps things have cooled down, or you might not be with this person. Maybe you guys are at a distance from one another. You could be together, but going through some challenges. So I'm just kind of keeping it open to whatever presents itself here. I do have these decks that I am drawn to, and it was perfect that this was the very first deck, since that's what this reading is called, A Passionate Love Affair, the Whirlwind Romance Oracle. This one's by Angelic Revelation 144. And we're going to take a look at what went wrong, and ultimately, does this person have any regrets? So I'll be using both of these decks, my Shadows and Secrets deck, as well as Mystic Moon's Twin Flame Shadows. You don't, of course, have to identify with a twin flame connection. I'm just drawn to these particular decks here. And then lastly, we'll go ahead and take a look at what they need to tell you now at the time that you are tuned in and watching this reading. We'll be using Sister Moon Tarot's deck for that one. Relationship design cards. Of course, I'll clarify everything with various tarot decks. And let's get started. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what message comes through for you. Hi there, Gemini. How are you guys? Let's go ahead and get into some messages for you. You know, it's interesting. When I first started this reading, you know, and of course it's called A Passionate Love Affair, based off of this deck by Angelic Revelation 144. So here I was thinking, oh, these messages are going to be awesome, you know, more uplifting, blah, blah, blah. And I've completed probably 3/4 of the signs at this point, because I like to do all 12. And initially, I was maybe wanting to invest about 15-20 minutes per sign. That has not happened. It's been more like 30 minutes for the majority of the signs, and lots of messages have certainly surfaced during these messages. Of course, I haven't started yours yet, but it's going to be interesting how this one plays out, Gemini. All right, because so far, practically every single reading I've done for the majority of signs, it's got something to do with someone from the past, okay? And that was not ultimately my intention. So let's see how yours plays out, all right? All right, here we go. For Gemini, angels and spirit guides, please. So we're taking a look at the current energies for your connection, your love life, whoever it is that you're focused on and thinking about. So let's go ahead and see, all right? We are starting off with childhood sweethearts, first love. So if you relate to that, either this person is your childhood sweetheart, or maybe you guys met when you were young, maybe you guys grew up together, maybe you went to school together, whatever that reference implies. If that's not the case for you, maybe there's just this youthful spirit about you or the person you're focused on, or maybe that's just how you guys connected and interact. All right, let's see. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. Ooh, winter season. Okay, so for some of you guys, maybe your person could be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces, or you could have those signs in your chart if that's not the case. So it says cozy, protective, and nurturing. This could also be a time frame here. So either that's when you guys met, or that's when a potential separation might have happened. I mean, of course, the winter season, the holiday season tends to be a happy time for a lot of people, but not everybody. Okay, so we'll see how that all unfolds once I take a look at the tarot messages here. Let's grab another one for Gemini. And there you are. Wow, your own energy coming through. But of course, for some of you guys, you're both Gemini. All right, or they could have Gemini in their chart. Doesn't necessarily have to be just their sun sign. So most compatible zodiac signs: Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, and another Gemini. That's interesting. So passionate, tension, playful, witty, okay? And bottom of the deck, we've got sensual, okay? A sexy person and sensual connection. So this person, they find you to be very attractive. They're they see you as somebody that's their ultimate person, I feel. It could have also been maybe love at first sight, that instant attraction. There's also, I'm picking up something about maybe like a first kiss, the very first time you guys were together, with the intimate encounter that you had with this person, the very first time. I'm just picking up off of that for some of you guys. And it might, maybe you feel like it was unlike any other experience that you've ever had with anyone else. I don't know. I'm just getting that for somebody. So let's see. Let's clarify this, Gemini. Your own energy is coming through here. But yeah, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Pisces are also a part of this. So let's go ahead and clarify. I'll be pulling from this deck by Calico Moon Oracle, the Pining Rose Tarot. All right, for Gemini, what do we need to know, please? Maybe there's something about your first love here, because it literally says that. Doesn't necessarily have to be a childhood sweetheart, but something about the very first time that you fell in love. And I don't mean the first time you ever dated. It's the first time your heart was really passionately involved in a connection. The very first time you fell in love. There's a difference between that and a first date, you know? Four of Pentacles. So saving money, conservative, greed. Do you relate to this? Does it have something to do with your finances or your lack of it, perhaps? Some of you guys might have actually met where you work, or maybe something to do with a work environment, perhaps. Maybe that's where they were working. This person could, of course, be maybe too possessive. That could have been a turnoff for you, maybe. So this is current energy. This person might also be struggling financially, or they're just trying to hold on to every dime they make, you know? I can't help but feel that some of you guys argued about money as well. Divine Feminine, there's the Empress. You guys could have had a child or children together. You know, Divine Feminine, mother, nurturing. If not, maybe you talked about that. You know, maybe getting married. I'm also getting for some of you that if, let's just say, you guys wanted to move in together or plan a wedding or some major event, perhaps, you know, one of those life-altering milestones, and money could have been a factor. Maybe there just wasn't enough money to have a child or to start a family or to buy a house or whatever the case might have been. And Divine Feminine, this could be what it was that you wanted with your masculine, you know, to have all of those beautiful experiences with your masculine, but maybe they were just in that mental space where they couldn't picture it. But they can now, okay? Ace of Pentacles. So this is interesting. It literally says a new job or a career opportunity, inheritance, manifestation, abundance. So there's something tied into the finances that's coming through here, Gemini. Some of you guys might have started a new job, or it could be maybe a change of career for some of you. If one job wasn't paying enough for you, maybe you decided to go in a different direction or study or hone your skill in something so that you could make more money. So finances seem to be popping up here. But Ace of Pentacles in a love reading is beautiful as well, because it can represent a fresh start. I mean, aces are beautiful no matter how you slice it in a reading, typically. And, you know, it's right next to the Empress. So I do feel, perhaps, Divine Feminine, that what you're focused on, what it is that you're wanting to manifest, has to do with a fresh start, perhaps with your masculine. And I'm getting this for some. Take it only if it makes sense. It could have started off maybe more of a physical attraction, and now it's more than that. You know, I feel that they have real love in their heart for you, and maybe that's a part of your own realization as well. It's not just two people who are together to be intimate, you know what I mean? We do have the Hermit. You could be thinking of a Virgo, okay? It could also be where you're at, Gemini. You know, maybe right now, currently, you're just needing to quiet your world, quiet your space, quiet your mind, to think, to really focus on what you want to be able to manifest in your life. So introspection, being on your own, time to reflect, seeking guidance within yourself, just being able to trust your gut, trust what you're feeling. Let's see what else. So we've got two cards. We have the Page of Swords, and then we have the High Priestess. So I can't help but feel that, and I don't know why I pick up off of this sometimes. I think I've picked up off of this in previous Gemini readings where there was an age gap. And it's interesting too, because sometimes twin flames can have a large age gap. I mean, that can apply to any type of connection. But I was just reading an article this one day, and just out of curiosity to see what the factors or particular attributes of a twin flame connection was. And that seemed to pop up in several articles that I read, that there could have been a huge age gap. And I don't know, that could be the case for some of you guys. The masculine could be younger than the feminine, or it could be the other way around. And Divine Feminine, you could be feeling that there could be communication coming in, but I'm also feeling that you're getting frustrated if you're not hearing from your person. Who knows? I mean, the winter season might actually be a time frame for some of you. So maybe latter half of this year. I know that's a while to wait, but if you haven't heard from them anyway, maybe it's been a long time, but maybe the winter season might actually bring you clarity as well. Five of Pentacles. This is really interesting, guys. Financial hardships, poverty, loss, lack mindset. And of course, the cold vibe from the winter season could have something to do with this as well. You know, maybe there is no communication between you and this individual. Things have just gotten real cold. Or maybe you gave them the cold shoulder, or they gave you the cold shoulder. But finances, money matters seems to keep popping up. And certainly, if you relate to this, you know what it's like to struggle in that area. Some of you might have been unemployed, but it does seem here that there's a new chapter coming in for you where that'll all change. But in a love reading, it could be indicating that when you guys separated, this person really struggled. Maybe you both struggled in your own way, you know, feeling lost, maybe feeling left out of one's life. But we do have the Sun. Happiness, illumination, success, and positivity. That is the Sun's energy, absolutely. What I feel first and foremost, Gemini, is that you and this person really had some amazing times together. When you guys were in each other's company, I mean, everything was just amazing. Lots of laughter, lots of great conversations. Those sensual moments were just as passionate, you know. You guys connected really well, but part of the stress could have had something to do with the lack of money, you know. Might have something to do with that. It keeps resurfacing here. But I'm also feeling with this, Gemini, that if this is something that you're going through, I mean, obviously, there's something about to shake things up here that's going to show you that you're on the right path. Not just regarding your finances, but certainly when it comes to your love life. For those of you who are in separation, we'll take a look and see if that actually comes through here. It might be possible for some reunions to happen, maybe again towards the winter season, latter half of this year. Okay, so let's continue. Let's take a look and see what else we can tap into here. So for those of you who are not together, what went wrong? Do they regret it? Do they regret it? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. What went wrong? Do they regret it? So we're going to take a look at some shadowy messages here from a couple of decks that can present with some challenging messages. Let's see. For Gemini, please. We have the Butcher. Okay, that's a hard one. This is somebody who is emotionally broken. We have the Pigsty. Okay. Let me grab one more here for Gemini. And then we have someone who's indecisive. Can't make up their mind what it is that they want. And then let's grab a card or two from Mystic Moon's deck here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. So what went wrong? And let's see if and what their regrets are. Yeah, maybe you walked away or they walked away because they couldn't make up their mind. We'll see. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. We have dependent. Okay. It could have been a codependent relationship for some of you. Okay, so we'll have to clarify that. Let's go ahead and see. So before we do that, let's read these. So the Butcher, entering into a relationship, emotionally broken, serial heartbreaker, will butcher your heart into a million pieces. That could have actually happened, you know. So if they were emotionally unhealed and broken, they could have still been on a pattern of hurting not only other people but themselves. And then we have the Pigsty, a hoarder, untidy, excessively cluttered living conditions, messy and unorganized environment that bleeds into their work life as well as their love life. Relationships are dysfunctional. Do you know somebody like that? You know, their home could have been a total mess, but so was the partnership, right? And then we have indecisive, too many choices in love and romance, treats you like an option, on the fence about the relationship, 1 foot out the door, can never make up their mind, don't know what they want. And when someone's wishy-washy and they don't know what the heck they want in a relationship, it makes things very frustrating for the other person. And also, whoever is coming through with this type of experience, or whoever is indecisive, either, again, you might have walked away from them, Gemini, or they tended to walk away from relationships maybe that were getting a little bit too serious, especially if they weren't ready for that type of commitment. Wow. Okay, let's see. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. What went wrong and do they regret it? We certainly see what could have gone wrong. All right, so we have a reversed card here, which is the Star. Hope and wishes. Some of you guys could be thinking of Aquarius here. So, of course, the Star in Tarot, it's such a beautiful card. But it is coming up reversed. So someone's feeling very insecure here. This is a card of discouragement and faithlessness in the reverse. That could be how they made you feel, Gemini. You know, that they certainly did things or said things that disappointed you. Maybe after a while, you could no longer believe in this person. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised to see cards like the Two of Swords because we are at a stalemate here. Maybe you felt like you couldn't go any further, or this was a situation that was just stagnant. I feel it's got a lot to do with someone's indecisiveness here. Look at this though. We've got the Empress again, the Two of Cups, followed by the Magician. The Magician represents Gemini as well as Virgo. So we already see the Empress, right? So it's coming through twice. And then the Magician representing Gemini and Virgo, and then the Hermit represents Virgo. So those signs might make sense for some of you guys. But Divine Feminine, this is a situation more than likely that is at a stalemate. There is no progress, there is no movement. Even though you might have so much love for this person, maybe you had to walk away because things were stagnant, or the reason why there's a stalemate is because you walked away. So Gemini, since you're a part of the energy of the Magician, for some of you guys, maybe what it is that you're wanting to manifest certainly is to be able to find true love in your life. Maybe you actually already found it, but something clearly challenged the partnership here. I do feel, though, whoever was indecisive, that could have been temporary here, because with the Ace of Pentacles coming in, I feel that a decision has been made. Because this is someone who's coming in, knowing what they want, knowing what it is that they want to be able to manifest in the 3D. They know what they want, you know. For some of you guys, you could be cross-watching for a Gemini. And maybe this is what it is that you're hoping to get from this person, that they're coming in knowing what they want, coming in with the ability to fully commit to the partnership, rather than being so undecisive as to what it is that they want. And so I feel it could be a masculine. The Empress card represents Taurus. And so if this is your situation, or we see Virgo as well, the Divine Masculine could represent the Gemini here. And so there is the ability to manifest something really beautiful in this partnership. We clearly see what went wrong, and I do pick up that whoever created drama here, they do regret it. And really wanting to turn things around here, wanting to manifest you back into their life. So it might not have started off on a very solid footing, but I feel that things have the ability to stabilize here. They still see you as someone that they could really build a life with. So if you're still open to allowing this person to return, Gemini, like I've said for the other signs, of course, it's everybody's choice. We have our own free will to decide what it is that you want to manifest in your own life. But if you were dealing with a partner that couldn't make up their mind before, that could have certainly, you know, created some drama in your relationship, or disagreements or arguments. But the way it's presenting itself here, it has the opportunity to create a much stronger foundation. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at, if they could, what do they need to tell you right now at the time that you're tuned in and watching this reading? What is it that they need to share with you, to let you know, to tell you at this point? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. What do they need to tell you now? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. Could be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Could also be cross-watching for Gemini, of course. Ooh, look at this. We have gone, distance, door closed, left. So for some of you guys, maybe there's no point of return. You know, it's a closed chapter. You close the door to it. It's done. Maybe it's a little bit too late. Yeah, we've got barriers coming through here. They recognize that, perhaps. Part of what it is that they want to tell you maybe is that they understand and they acknowledge the fact that, you know, you might not be open to them returning. This is the next card. Look at that. Tears, pain, longing, sadness. It is a sad situation all around, because at one point in time you guys had so much love for each other, but clearly something happened to create these walls, to allow this door to close. Is that door truly closed forever? You know, of course, you're the only one that would be able to answer that, Gemini. Let's grab one more card here. We see the spring, rebirth, renew, beginnings. You know, I gotta say, a part of what I'm feeling for some of you guys is, even if there are barriers preventing you guys from coming back together at this point in time, along with this energy, what once was lost, what once was closed might be able to open again for some of you. That will not apply to everybody. There's a chance to have a new beginning here. So after the rain, so to speak, the sun will come out. That type of energy could happen during the springtime. So where's that card? So remember, we ended up getting the winter and now we see the spring. So this could be giving us a clue as to when things might actually turn around in your love life, Gemini. You know, so maybe right here it can represent more of a frozen, cold energy, and right here is when things can thaw out a little bit and bloom, you know. Because of course there are those of you that are not really open to allowing someone to return. That chapter is closed for a reason, but I'm also feeling there are those who would be open to that. I really like that Six of Pentacles coming through, because remember, we're taking a look at what do they really need to tell you right now. So they're telling you that they're willing to meet you halfway. If they didn't put in as much effort as they needed to before, they acknowledge that, and they're telling you here, I will give as much as I receive from you. So it's equality. We've got the Three of Cups. So, you know, it's celebrating a special time here. It could be representing a new beginning for the two of you. That's a part of that spring card right there. You know, it's like sharing that celebratory toast, something to celebrate for the two of you coming back together, perhaps. Ten of Pentacles, very nice. Wheel of Fortune. I feel whatever challenged the relationship before, Gemini, with cards like the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Pentacles coming through, along with the Spring card, what is stagnant or what was stagnant can move forward and be able to have a fresh start. I'm just kind of getting that for some of you guys. There's a chance for love for you, for sure. Things can still turn around for the better for you. And let me just go back to what came through. So remember, all of those reference tied into your finances, perhaps financial hardships, wanting to manifest a job or a career change or whatever the case might be. And now we're seeing the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel those struggles are temporary. This person as well could have really worked on themselves. Certainly their work environment is looking up. Their finances are looking up. So if you guys were disagreeing or arguing about money or the lack of it, I feel this is something that has been addressed, you know, that finally things can move forward, and that doesn't have to be a factor in the relationship or the partnership. So it does seem here that there is a new cycle coming in for you and this person, Gemini. This is the next card. So we're seeing Virgo come through. We're seeing that Hermit card. You know, we have already seen that. Okay, so remember that card came through. So Virgo, Gemini, if that makes sense for some of you guys, I feel this person really took the time to do some deep soul searching. Maybe they were single or needed to be on their own to be able to have clarity, to be able to heal, to be able to really come up with a better plan for the future for themselves as well as for the two of you. Six of Swords. It's about moving on, moving forward, and whatever the past represents, it's really moving on from that, you know? And sometimes it starts with forgiveness, communication, certainly a reunion, a reconciliation. And then we've got the Six of Cups. So the two of you certainly shared some really nice memories at one point in time. And this is someone who wants to be able to create more memories with you, Gemini. So if you feel the same way, and of course the Six of Cups can represent reunions, it's possible for those of you who would want that. And then we've got the Nine of Cups. A wish is about to come true, but it might take time because we are seeing possible time frames of latter half of this year or early part of next year. So it might take time for this wish to manifest, Gemini, but I really do feel it's worth the wait. And look at this. Okay, so remember, we ended up getting the Two of Swords, right? So what once was stagnant, as I mentioned, what once was stagnant and not moving, here's the movement with the Chariot. Some of you could be thinking of Cancer. Maybe you've got Cancer in your chart. Okay, so remember the Two of Swords, that's stalemate, the inability to create movement. Well, here it is. And not only is it movement, but it's allowing you to be able to overcome some difficulties and challenges in your love life or some other parts of your life too, because we are seeing some challenges for some of you guys tied into finances and career and job opportunities. So I feel that's temporary, and ultimately you're going to get what it is that you're focused on and wanting to manifest in your life, Gemini. So there are definitely some challenges there, but the outcome looks pretty good. And at the end of the day, that's what really matters. You know, your end destination looks good. You've got the Chariot on your side here. And as you can see, it represents triumph, and the card right next to it is the Nine of Cups. You've got some wishes that can truly manifest, perhaps better than you could have ever envisioned here, Gemini. All right, so wasn't sure where that one was going to go, but the end note looks absolutely fantastic. All right, guys, so I will leave your reading right there. If you're interested in getting your own reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. That info is down below in the description box. I will link all of the decks that you see here down below as well. Thank you so much, Gemini. I will see you in the next reading. Take care.